So the 3-step system that we use here down at the Team Workout to create a transformation is fitness, food, and focus. If any one of those 3 pillars is missing, it's like a 2-legged stool. It's going to fall over. So you need those 3 pillars in place. Your fitness, your food, your focus. That's how you get a transformation. So let's start with everybody's nemesis, food. As you know, there's many diets out there. Often are confusing. Often you see so many diets that you don't do anything with them because there's so many of them, you don't know which one works. Typically diets last a couple of weeks before we give them up because they're just not sustainable to keep up, because they're often boring and don't fit in with our schedule or our tastes. We don't want to be on a diet, we want to have some fun. So therefore, that's really stunts your progress. But the golden rule is that all diets work, and they work for one reason only. And that one reason is that the diet created a calorie deficit, okay? That's all it is. There's nothing magical if you don't eat after 6 p.m. or if you don't eat any carbs or low carbs, or if you don't eat fat or meat or cut out dairy or cut out bread from your diet. They're just all methods of reducing calories. There's nothing magical about them. So the first big understanding is that, and it's a game-changing understanding because it will really transform the way that you get duped by all these diets. You should no longer get duped by them because you realize that the only reason why they work is because of a calorie deficit. That is it. Think about it. If you remove bread from your diet, you're removing calories. It's not that bread was the enemy. It's likely that maybe you eat too much of it because it's good and it's nice. But the reason why you gain weight on bread is because you eat too much of it. Not that it's the enemy. And very few people are gluten and wheat intolerant. And if you are, obviously, then it's not something that you want in your diet. But the reason why cutting out bread for most people reduces their waistline is because they eat too much of it, okay? So understand that there's only one reason why a diet works, and that is because it's a calorie deficit. Now, the best diet that you can follow is the one that you're gonna stick to. Let's think about this. You could go low carb or cut out dairy and bread from your diet for a few weeks, and you do it and you lose weight. And as we know now, that was because we reduced the calories. But if you don't enjoy it, or it doesn't fit in with your social life or your tastes or your schedule, you ain't gonna keep it up. And that's why people rebound the weight. So understand that rule 1, calorie deficit is what we need to achieve. And there's so many ways to achieve that. Rule 2, sticking to it is essential because you don't want to lose weight and then put it back on. So the method that we select needs to be a method that fits in with your tastes, your preferences, your schedule, but constantly maintains a calorie deficit long enough for you to achieve your ideal weight. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. Probably the easiest is to get started today, is to download an app called MyFitnessPal. And you could, there's many flaws to it. I don't particularly like it. It's a bit, really, I wouldn't set somebody up on there, but just to get your foot in the door with it, you can download an app called MyFitnessPal and start tracking everything you consume. That will be the food you eat and the calories you drink, everything, all the snacks that you include, and get an idea of how many calories you are currently eating in your typical day. Shoot me a message over and let me know what that number is. That is the reason why you're having difficulty losing the weight, because this is the golden rule to lose weight off that scale and off your waistline. In order to burn off the stored calories, we need to create a calorie deficit. And this comes down to the law of thermodynamics of calories in versus calories out. We need to burn off more calories through exercise, but also the calories that you burn off from walking and the functioning of your organs and thinking and breathing and all these methods that we burn off calories, keeping yourself warm. that number has to be higher than the calories we're putting in. Does that make sense? So therefore, because we've got this calorie expenditure from movement and daily processes of our body, you need to get those calories from somewhere, and if it's not coming from the food that we eat, then it comes from the body fat stores. That's how it works. However, if the calories that you're consuming exceeds the calories that you're burning off, then you're going to gain body weight and body fat. If it's a match pair of the two, where calories coming in and calories going out is balanced, then we maintain our weight, okay? Now, the key is doing this over days and weeks and months, because it's almost like a balance sheet. If you have one good day of a diet where you've got a calorie deficit, but the very next day you go out and you lose track of your calories and you have a calorie surplus, it balances it out, cancels out your progress. So it's about maintaining it. So find out how many calories you're eating at the moment, then create a deficit, and you'll notice the scales start dropping. That's how to do it. Now, at the team workout, we've got a specific method for making this work extremely well, so you don't have to worry about using MyFitnessPal and other apps and things that take a lot of time and become very tedious. So a better strategy would be to have a collection of recipes. Let's say, for example, you could have 1,500 calories a day, and we've got a strategy of having 500 calories at breakfast. There's a recipe for that. Another recipe for lunchtime, that's 500 calories, and another recipe for dinner time, that's 500 calories. And we put them together, and bish bash bosh, we've made our 1,500 calories, and we're set sailing, okay? That'd be a better method than having to track every single calorie. At the team workout, we have exactly that. And the recipes are not only tasty and super quick to make, but they're also convenient. Like if you need to grab something on the go, or if you're a shift work and you need things to fit in with your lifestyle, it works, because the things, and it's very unique to our area here in Warsaw, is it's foods and restaurants that you're going to get from around here. There's nothing like it on the market, and you have it at your fingertips here at the team workout. So that's a method, but a method to get you started today, MyFitnessPal is perfectly fine. But understand after today in this educational video is that the only reason why any diet works is because it creates a calorie deficit. Now, you could have a kickstart by going low carb for the next 2 weeks, but know that the only reason that worked is because you were reducing calories, you were cutting out a food group. And it's a simple way of progressing, it is, but are you going to keep it up? The reality isn't. And that's why I recommend our program. Because if you start a program that is going to guide you along the way and keep you on track and hold you accountable, you do the stuff that you know you're supposed to be doing. And that's the real big question today, is that you know what to do now, go and do it. And if you're not doing it, then you need some help. And I'm always here for you if you need to reach out. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about fitness, which is how we're going to boost your results, increase your metabolism, understand how important exercise is during a weight loss process to keep your metabolism high. Most people really mess this bit up, and we're going to be talking about it in the next video. How to get your body looking better. A lot of people, when they have weight gain, or moms after carrying birth, their abdomen wall gets stretched and they have no idea how to pull that back in again. Very, very important, because not only is it going to cause back pain and all other sorts of problems, even knee pain, having a stretched abdomen, the organs push forwards and actually give you a pop belly. So it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, you're still going to have this podge that you won't be able to shift. So we're going to be talking about this in the second video on fitness. So I hope to see you there. I'll send you an email, I'll send you the link for the video out. Make sure you tune in and watch it. And as always, if you've got any questions, please do reach out and let's start a conversation and getting you in the right direction. Cheers, guys.